50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, we're back, kid. How we doing? Welcome into a brand new edition of The Dream Wager, episode 619. Today is Friday, January 23rd, 2026. How we doing?
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. That's the slogan. For life, kid, we got a great episode for you today. We got a little chatter about some coaching hires in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Got some baseball talk as well. Mets getting Luis Roberts and Freddie Peralta. And then it's championship weekend in the AFC and NFC. Patriots going on the road to take on the Denver Broncos. And a battle of the Pacific Northwest. We got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. This Sunday, we got a twofer. We got best bets. Got some props as well. So sit back, enjoy. We will start in the NFL. I kind of want to go in chronological order.
Let's do it.
Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores. He was up for multiple head coaching jobs. Had a lot of interviews. He has signed a contract extension with the Vikings. If he does not receive a head coaching job this cycle, he will be back as the team's defensive coordinator. And I think that's massive because, I mean, the last month or so, the Vikings defense was really humming. They were flying around the field. And to bring a guy like Brian Flores back, I think it serves the Vikings a lot.
Yeah. I think you hang on to a guy like that. You know, you don't want to give out too much talent, especially like in division. Seems like a lot of like your rivals are trying to pick up maybe coaches that are tending to be available. So you just got to watch out. You know, be careful with what you wish for. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's green where you order it.
Yeah, 100%. Especially in that division, I think the Vikings need a really great glue guy like Brian Flores to hum up that defense. So yeah, I think it was big to retain him as well and not let him get away. And I think a lot of the main similarities that you've seen with this coaching cycle is head coaches with previous head coaching experience getting jobs first.
Yeah,
Robert Saleh, John Harbaugh. Even my guy Hafley of the
Jeff
Packers,
Hafley, right?
He was a Boston College guy as well, so he had head coaching experience. Not the Ravens; they go a different route. The Baltimore Ravens hiring Chiefs defensive coordinator Jesse Minter as their head coach. He gets a 5-year deal.
Jesse Minter for the Ravens?
Yes, head coach. He reunites. He was their coach. That was actually his first job in the NFL from 2017 to 2020. He was on John Harbaugh's staff. Now he returns, and he's only the 4th head coach in Baltimore Ravens franchise history. So They're going defense, kid. What do you think?
I think Bisciotti said that too. He was like, you know, I'm a fan of giving guys like a second chance or, you know, not always getting something like outside of the organization and kind of looking within. And of course, this guy like Minter starting his career at the Ravens, you have recognition with him. You're familiar with him. And yeah, may have grown and gone to other organizations, but I think that has taught him a lot. And he's got all that experience under his belt and probably now ready to, I mean, we got to see the product on the field, but it seems if he's getting hired by Steve Bisciotti, he's ready to be a leader of men.
100%. I mean, he started his career at Baltimore with the defensive assistant. Then he was like the DB's coach. Then he went to Vanderbilt, defensive coordinators and safety. Then he went up to Michigan for 2 years.
Good coaches know both. They can coach different positions. They can coach in environments, you know, different regions.
And we saw the Ravens defense in that wild card game against the Patriots. They were not the problem. They actually kept them in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jesse Minter, you knew his name was going to be up there. He has a lot of experience, not as a head coach, but he does get the head coaching nod in Baltimore. Are you surprised Baltimore went with like a guy without head coaching experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's you got to look back to that. I think Steve Bisciotti is very transparent, maybe a little cryptic as all rich owners can be, but I think he alluded to a lot of things that went into the hiring of Minter. It's probably something that a lot of other owners should look at and when they're hiring, because as you said, only the fourth head coach in history for the Ravens, and there's another organization like that in the AFC North, the Steelers. They are now looking for their fourth.
My question to you is, are you surprised that they went offensive rather than they went defense, excuse me, and offensive? Because talking to a lot of Ravens fans that I know, they wanted to go with an offensive guy. They had John Harbaugh for almost 20 years. They want to go offensive minded.
Yeah, that's fine and all, but that's not always the case in them calling the plays. At the end of the day, he could hire an offensive guru and have him be the coordinator to call plays, and they'll be okay there on the offensive side of the ball. I think no matter who the head coach or who's calling the plays, I think Lamar Jackson could do just fine. He's Lamar Jackson, let's be real. Yeah. It's getting the organization kind of to rally behind this guy. If he's a defensive-minded head coach, that's what the focus is going to be, and that to be the culture is a defensive forward organization that could still beat you on the offensive side of the board. But when you go down to Baltimore, you're in fear of what they have on the defensive side of the ball.
And then it just leaves 5 teams remaining. We got the Bills, the Steelers, the Browns, the Raiders, and the Cardinals. Two not good teams.
Who do you think will be the last one to go? I think the Bills are next. They're hiring next.
Yeah, they're hiring next. And speaking of the Bills, I don't know if you saw it today, but Phillip Rivers interviewing today for the Buffalo Bills head coaching job.
That's their guy.
He's the current St. Michael Catholic High School head coach. Thoughts on it? And they also made his son. I think one of his son. I don't know. He has 12.
But but that's the thing. It's like I think I'm familiar with a couple of coaches that I know. They personally want to be able to coach their kid up and then maybe move on to other things. But
I mean, if this is one of 32 though, kid.
Yeah, that's the thing. If this opportunity arrives, I'm sure his children will understand that, you've kind of made yourself a hot commodity by going back in and playing and, doing what you did there. And we all know him to be a good mind. So even though it's a big jump from high school to the pros, I'm sure Rivers can handle. He's a professional quarterback. So
yeah.
Jump is non-existent when you're talking about a guy like him.
Yeah, and it's different because he played for so long. He's a future Hall of Famer in my book.
If they said he's a perfect fit to come into the organization with 4 games left in the schedule because he could plug and play, he'll know the playbook. 100%. That's what you're getting. You're a guy who can create a playbook for himself and the quarterback that he's going to have under. And who's got the best quarterback of all these open spots? It's the Buffalo Bills.
It's the Buffalo Bills right now, yes. A lot of people don't like it because they say, you know what, we saw the whole thing with Jeff Saturday, coming back and then being a head coach. Do you agree that ownership and being the GM, they are allowing Josh Allen to sit in on and have a say per se on who the next head coach is? Or would you run a team and leave the quarterback to playing football?
Well, I think it's kind of an exception, maybe not the rule. I think by giving the player a little bit too much power, I think it takes away from the powers that be, whether it's the owner or the general manager that's existing. But I think when you have a once in a generational talent like Josh Allen, you're only going to have him with this type of level for the next 5 years. So it's either you're going to harness it now or you're just going to have wasted an entire career, who very well may be a Hall of Famer. We don't know how it's going to play out, but I think I think you're just doing his career a disservice if you don't get him to the promised land,
or someone who he agrees with.
Who he agrees with. That's the thing. I think franchises should look into that. Of course, getting the quarterback's opinion, I guess, like, it muddies the water, but as I started off with, because it's like, it should be a managerial position. But I just feel like that if you get a quarterback that you're supposed to back, you're going to want everyone on board. And I think their input means a lot. Like, look what's going to happen with the Raiders. As you said, that's the last job to go. At the end of the day, I think that Fernando Mendoza is probably 100% a lock to go there. Yeah. And
he just declared today as well.
Yeah, and he just declared. I think even as a rookie, you get him to decide who he wants. Like, you're going to have a head coach, I think, before the draft be there, right? But I don't know how that would work. It's just that's my opinion. You're going to have Fernando Mendoza as a guy who you would hope to get a Tom Brady-esque career out of 20 plus years, but that's not always what you get. Sometimes guys' careers are 10, and sometimes they're a half a decade. Because sometimes you only get 5 years out of a guy.
You get an Andrew Luck, you get 6-7 years,
and they're out the door. So I think I think you get guys to be on the same page. You get them in behind closed doors, and you get them all talking, and you get their opinion so that you can capitalize on what you got while the time is, or else it's too late and you just wasted everything.
I think it's a steep slope. I think on one hand, I agree. Josh Allen should have a say, but then a lot of these quarterbacks are going to say, oh, well, I want to say.
That's what it does. It opens up a can of worms.
And you're not Josh Allen.
And that's what I think the conversation should be. It should be like honestly humbling, but they're professional athletes that make all this money. It's like, oh, we should all have a right to say it. But at the end of the day, then the billionaire owner should be like, no.
But yeah, the reason I brought that up was because a lot of the insiders, Dana Rossini, shout out her, she's a Jersey girl as well.
Allie.
She broke that saying Josh Allen is going to be on the meetings. He's going to have a say. And all the insiders, Rappaport, Schefter, they go, as he should. Then players are coming out. Ryan Fitzmagic came out and said, I strongly disagree. Like, you're giving them too much power at this point. They are a player. They're not part of they're part of the organization, but they are not the organization.
Yeah.
So I see both sides.
Yeah, because he's gone. That's the thing, though. You could say that you haven't given him any power, but then that head coach is gone in 5 years, just like that player is. Mm-hmm. And what was it all for? Not.
So you said Bills are next. Who is last?
Who I think is last? I think the Cardinals, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals will be last.
They have no quarterback either. Kyler's gone.
I think they're in a worse position than the Raiders.
Yeah, because at least the Raiders have some talent. They
Who wants to be in the desert? I mean, at least if I could be in the desert, there's some slots around if I'm in Las Vegas.
Exactly. That's funny as hell. But yeah, I think after the Bills, I think it's the Steelers. Maybe Mike McCarthy goes home. Then probably the Browns. And yeah, it's a toss-up between the Cardinals.
Raiders and Cardinals, out west.
Two terrible teams. Kid, let's talk a little baseball. We talked about it last week, and we were happy that we got Bo Bichette. Then we go and trade for Lewis Roberts, and man, I love it. I think there's a big low risk, high reward for the Mets here. I mean, it's a cheap deal. He improves our middle of the fields, and we're gonna pay the $20 million that he's owed. But if he could get just a fraction of what he was 2 years ago, or maybe the back half of last year, oh my God! I mean, he brings speed. They're
thinking like and a lot of us are saying maybe there should be one more move for the New York Mets to come out. But as you just mentioned, getting Lewis Robert and then getting Freddie Peralta, I think he just like constantly outdid himself, and it's going to be hard to top. I don't know. Do you think there's going to be any more moves incoming?
I hope so, but like he's 28 years old. He's a kid. He had an 800 OPS in the second half of last year. He plays elite defense, and he's just removed, like I said, 2 years ago. He had 38 home runs. So, he's a strong fit for this team, I feel like, in an outfield gap. And I think, it lengthens the lineup as well. So I'm a big fan of this, honestly.
Zero production coming out of the center field position, you got to say, on the offensive side. Yeah, there was always a glove there, whoever it may be. But I think you're right. Getting Lewis Robert, that's a big bat in addition.
100%. I think, even though he's fallen off from 2023 or 2024
You're playing in Chicago. You're playing in the South Side. There's no hope there.
He's never fallen off versus lefties. In his career, he's hitting 293 versus lefties. His OPS is 360, 872. He's lefty, and I think it adds a little more protection in the lineup as well. And he has elite defense, so I'm all for it. Unfortunately, Tyrone Taylor gets the slit end of the stick, but
back up now.
But let's be honest, Lewis Roberts is better than him.
Yeah.
So
I think he'll do better for Tyrone Taylor having to play every fourth day or something like that. 100%. He comes in, fills the spot, and I think that's better for him. I think him coming in to fill in a lineup, I think will do better for him than a pitcher kind of game planning against him.
And you mentioned it. The other move after that, I think 2 days after, we go and get an ace. Finally, it happens. Mets make a trade with the Milwaukee Brewers. We get Freddie Peralta and like a starter / reliever in Tobias Myers, who he threw 5 scoreless innings against us back in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Oh, he's good.
Let's not forget, Tobias Myers could throw.
I'm thinking I'm liking it. Luke Weaver, Tobias Myers. There's a couple of good guys there.
We give up good infield / outfield guy in Jet Williams. Who?
Where are they going to play with the guys we currently have?
That's my thing. There was no room for him, and his comp was Troy Tulowitzki, and I was like,
it's not bad.
Not bad, but he's not going to play for another year or two. So go to Milwaukee, and then we had to give up a right-handed pitcher, and it was Brandon Stott. But we stay with Tong. And we have 5, 6, not solid, but pretty serviceable guys in that rotation. What are your thoughts?
You can incorporate Tong as the 7th guy too. You know, if Peterson's healthy, and you said Senga and all that. But yeah, you needed an ace. I mean, that was what they were lacking, and I still think maybe a little bit of more help in the bullpen. I think losing to Edwin Diaz is that's a threat. To me, I'm very high, like I am. I think closing position is one of the best, most important positions in all of baseball.
Yeah.
Like that's why Mariano Rivera is 100% vote guaranteed Hall of Famer. Like that's something that shouldn't even be a conversation. But yeah, I think pitching and defense is kind of what's been the focus. And people are talking about the OPS drop off of like the comparison of last year, but look at the position that those players have been in the past. They really didn't get to it. And when it came down to certain like playoff statistics, I think the guys that are coming in now have played in those spots, and they do perform.
I wanted to. We'll talk about the Hall of Fame in a sec. I had that next, but pitchers with 200 plus strikeouts in each of the last 3 seasons. There are 2. Can you name one?
What was the question again? It was
pitchers with 200 plus strikeouts in each of the last 3 seasons.
Oh my God. I mean, Skeens has got to be on that list. Has he not pitched for the past 2 seasons?
No. 200
strikeouts?
Plus in each of the last 3 seasons.
Oh, so then, okay. I thought you said 2 seasons. Oh, man. Well, I'm guessing since the move was made for Freddie Peralta, he's got to be one of them.
Freddie Peralta and one other.
And maybe Jacob DeGrom, just because we're talking about it.
He gets hurt too much. Dylan Cease.
Okay, all right, I can see that. Is he still on the White Sox?
No, Dylan Cease is on the San Diego Padres.
Hey, no disrespect to Chicago on the South Side. We've been there. You know, I like my White Sox fans, and
I actually root for the White Sox more than the Cubs, if I'm being honest.
Let's be fair, exactly. And Mark Burley's a Hall of Famer. Let's be real.
And highest strikeout rate since 2021, minimum of 500 innings. There are 4. Blake Snell with 31.7 strikeout rate. Garrett Cole, 30% strikeout rate. Dylan Cease at 29.7, and Freddie Peralta at 29.26.
It was lights out last year. I mean, look at the guys that we got from Milwaukee, and let's us forget, Milwaukee had the best record in the major leagues last year.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be the number 1, right? He has to be.
We said that he's the ace, and honestly, you get Nolan McLean as the second ace. He's right there.
So I can't wait. I am happy, and I'm also, you know who I'm also happy for? By the way, I took the over on the Mets in their win total, 88.5. I think they could win the division now. Just when they thought I was out, they reel me back in, baby. But who I was really happy for, and I think it was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday that this news broke, or maybe Tuesday. But I'm so happy for Carlos Beltran, man. Really, when he got the call with his family hugging around him, it was the best. This is why it's my favorite sport. I mean, he deserves it. I mean,
he might go in as a Met.
He should go in as a Met, and I think he will. He's just one of 5 players with 400 plus home runs and 300 stolen bases all time. The list is Carlos Beltran
and his Hall of Fame counterpart,
Alex Rodriguez, Barry Bonds, Willie Mays,
and
Andre Dodson.
Andre Dawson, Expos legend right there. But
Yes.
let's not forget Andrew Jones. I gotta give
No,
respect.
I didn't. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I'm
10.
just
I thought he would have been on the list as well.
No. I'll get to Andrew Jones in a sec, which he deservingly was in the Hall of Fame as well. But I'm happy for him. Puerto Rican legend, Roberto Alomar, Carlos Beltran, Roberto Clemente, Pudge, Edgar Martinez, Orlando Cespedes. Speda. So he deserves it. I mean, he's one of 5 guys with the highest career stolen base since stolen bases were targeted. Carlos Beltran, 86.4% stolen base. Wow. Trey Turner's up there, Mike Trout, Tim Romero.
So you weren't catching him on the base path?
No, not at all. And highest career postseason OPS
is Carlos Beltran.
Albert Pujols, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and George Brett.
Wow, George Brett was a performer in the playoffs.
And now we get to Andrew Jones. I mean, one of the best outfielders outside of Carlos Beltran that I've ever seen. He's a Met killer. I couldn't stand him, but respect where it's due. He deserves to be in Cooperstown. What are your thoughts on Andrew Jones?
2 center fielders, him and Beltran, and I saw that statistic. If you didn't see, they were a day separated by birth, and then
I did not
one
see that.
home run away from one another. I think Andrew Jones has 1 more home run than Carlos Beltran. But yeah, I mean, 10 Gold Gloves speak for themselves. There's not many. What is that? Is that platinum glove? I mean, and it's 10 in a row as well. Yeah. I mean, that's almost unprecedented. You name off a list of your hand of how many consecutive Gold Gloves were issued like that. I think probably Brooks Robinson at third base and Nolan Arenado, right, in our generation.
Yeah. I have a Gold Glove stat for you. He's one of 4 players with 400 plus home runs and 10 plus Gold Gloves.
I know one for sure, Mike Schmidt. He was a problem, Brian. As much as we dislike the Phillies, he's the greatest third baseman of all time.
Mike Schmidt, Ken Griffey Jr., my favorite player of all time.
And Willie Mays again.
Willie Mays and Andrew Jones.
Yeah, I was like, say, hey, kid, Willie Mays. But that goes to show Ken Griffey Jr., with all the Gold Gloves and home runs, if he didn't have those injury-plagued seasons, he would have been the greatest player of all time. Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr. is, in my eyes, the greatest player of all time. But.
Yeah, he's my favorite player of all time as well. That's why my favorite number is 24 for Ken Griffey Jr. I'm so happy. They all deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. We need to get Kenny Lofton. We need to get David Wright in the Hall of Fame as well.
As I said, Mark Burley deserves it.
Mike Burley as well.
Yeah, dude.
What is wrong with the baseball writers? Why are they so fickle?
Man, they got a lot of power. You know, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and you're bound to see it for those that gave their heart and soul to the game, their lives to the game. To kind of be discredited by somebody who doesn't know what it takes, I think it hurts the players a lot. So maybe there should be some alternative kind of thing for them. But I guess I can understand, is it like being passed down as well through the writers, through generation. You know, you have to fill in those spots that once people, you know, give those seats up, the writing seats up, or they pass on, they're no longer here. We need to have people fill those spots. So I guess it gives a bit of checks and balances, but I would like to see some more consideration for some of the greatest athletes we've ever seen.
And real quick, I want to talk about, you know, leading up to next year, Jay Bruce, Buster Posey, John Lester,
Posey, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Buster Posey, you know, we're gonna look at guys like that. Andy Pettitte, Felix Hernandez, like those guys are Hall of Famers. Buster Posey is a Hall of Famer.
Like in their respects, like Felix Hernandez in the regular season in the perfect game. And then even when they, I think, made a slight little push, he was their guy. And Andy Pettitte, talk about maybe not having the best regular seasons, but when it came to the playoffs, they won because of Andy Pettitte.
Yeah.
And he had proven, and I got to give some merit to it, as he said he used whatever he used to heal up, not to perform. And
correct.
It's, I guess, a difficult thing when we're talking about PEDs, but I guess you can give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt.
I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. You mentioned Buster Posey. I hope he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I truly do. And I think something is working in his favor. Joe Mauer, he was a first ballot Hall of Famer 2 years ago. And I think that bodes well for Buster Posey as well. another catcher who played his entire career with one club, and he shares a lot of similarities with Buster Posey as well. So
the cornerstone of the baseball field and the baseball team is the catcher.
An MVP of the league as well.
3-time champ. I think he won a World Series MVP. Did he not?
That I don't know off the top of my head.
I think Lincecum won one of them. I could tell you that probably.
So he maybe I think everyone, like all these like guys I grew up with, are first ballot Hall of Famers, but then I realized like they're like third ballot, and it's fickle. I hate these writers. I wish I had a Hall
you had
of
a
Fame
seat.
vote.
Yeah. Oh man. A lot of responsibility, right?
Yeah, exactly. But all right, kid, that's great. I can't wait. Pitchers and catchers, they report in a few weeks, baby. Let's
We're back.
Go. We are so back. Let's get into these picks. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We favor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing a round of golf with boys or an elderberry watching the AFC and NFC championship game. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, boys, let's get to it. We are down to the final 4 AFC and NFC championship. It's the Mike versus Mike and John. Mike versus Sean and Mike versus Sean. Can you believe it? Yeah, so Mike Vrabel is taking on Sean Payton, and Mike McDonald is taking on Sean McVay.
Oh my goodness. What?
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
I had no idea until someone pointed out. I said, is that true?
Wow.
And I was like, no fucking way. It's true. Who will advance? We will start in Mile High, where Jared Stidham takes the boys into battle.
Stiddy.
New England Patriots -4.5. It stayed there all week, -225.5. I wish Elvis was here, because he said it was going to get up to 6, and we said, it got up to 5.5, and the Sharps immediately bet it. It's gone down to 4.5 right now, and honestly, it's trending towards 3.5. All the Sharps are on the Broncos here. +188 at home. Total is 42.5. Kid, Stidham's been with this team for about 3 years now. He knows the playbook. He knows Sean Payton, even Mike McDaniel. He is a big fan. Or
Josh McDaniel?
Josh McDaniel, excuse me.
He coached him in the Raiders.
Yes, he coached him. And in the preseason, 30 for 38, over 400 yards. He was dicing him up. Jared Stidham is him.
He's a baller.
Yes. And a lot of Patriots I've talked to, maybe not Elvis, but they're scared. They're worried. And I think so, because Will
That's funny. I've seen more like Elvis kind of disrespecting and disregarding the Broncos. That's what I've seen.
Who was the Patriots?
Matt Castle?
No.
Will
Will Campbell, the guy that they just drafted.
LSU?
He's been getting absolutely dominated in this postseason.
Really?
And no, he's not hurt. But he's just been getting dominated these last 2 against Houston. Obviously, they got dogs everywhere, and even LA. And now they're going up against another top 5 defense in Denver.
Arguably the best.
Yeah.
Maybe up there with Seattle.
In elevation. Sean Payton said, hey, you got 2 weeks to prepare for Cancun. I love the shit talking.
Back and forth.
And I just don't think Sean Payton is going to put him in danger. A lot of screens. He's going to run the ball.
Yep.
And I'm taking the Broncos here, kid. Giddy up, +4.5. I think they're live as well. They're going to shock the world.
Let's ride.
What do you like
Broncos country. Let's ride. Yeah, I'm actually with you as well. I've been seeing people disrespecting, all the Patriots fans disrespecting the Broncos now that Jarrett Stidham's now starting. You know, you said it. Sean Payton has been with Jarrett Stidham since 2023.
Yeah.
You say that, okay, he hasn't thrown a pass since then, but look how he performed in those. I think he's averaging in the 4 starts across the 4 starts with those 2 pretty solid offensive coordinators, like you said, Josh McDaniels and Sean Payton, about 270 yards, maybe a touchdown here and there. So, I mean, he seems to be competent. I think he'll know this offense. He's been the consistent backup all year, though he hasn't seen playing time. I think that he's going to sling it around. It's going to be a Mile High place that he's used to, an elevation. I think being the home team at Mile High, it's always going to be. And I think not only does it show that it's an advantage, I think statistically the Patriots are defeated in Mile High. Are they not? They've never won in an away game in Denver. I think
they are defeated in Denver.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they are 0-4, I think. So history says it. I think the weather's going to be rough. We're expecting a deep freeze around the country all year. I think that just goes into the defense. If these big plays can't happen for the Patriots, what they thrived on all years, I think it's going to be a close game. So yes, I'm taking the Denver Broncos at home and the points plus 4.5. Before it gets to 3.5, give it to me, because I would have taken it at 5.5 if I could have grabbed it there.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're the side, and everyone's, he hasn't thrown a pass, but he played in the preseason. Like I said, 30 for 38. He could sling
I got him over his pass, and that's going to be something I got for you.
All right, a little tease. That's what they call in the biz. But yeah, I just think it's going to be a slow game. I think the defense is going to have a bounce back performance, and I just don't think Sean Payton is going to put Jarrett Stidham in harm's way.
They're going to run the ball.
Yeah,
McLaughlin emergence, and of course
RJ Harvey. Yeah, so give me the Broncos.
Got them to win outright.
Maybe we'll see from my dog.
Woo!
Let's head to the Pacific Northwest in the great state of Seattle. Washington. Thank you. Seahawks laying 2.5, minus 134 at home, plus 2.5 for the Rams. Plus,
remember, Washington University is right by Seattle, I think.
Yes. Over under is 46.5. Now, contrary to the first game where we're on the sharp side, sharps are on the Rams, and I guess the only thing you could say is, Sam Darnold, but he's proven to you that, cobwebs are off. He had a good game last week. They really blew him out, so he really didn't have to do that much. He does struggle against the Rams, but this defense, man, I really don't understand the line, because I think this is the best defense, and we have to factor the home field advantage. You saw what that 12th man did when they ran that kickoff back. The place was erupting. I felt it from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So you have to factor that in. And let's be honest, this is the Rams' 3rd straight road game. Terrible spot for them. They went to Carolina to go all the way back to LA, to go to the freezing tundra in Chicago, to go all the way back to LA, to go all the way up to the Pacific Northwest,
where it's going to be just as cold, just as rainy.
I mean, and let's be honest, this defense for the Rams has not been all that good.
It's all about the offense. Number 1 scoring offense in the league.
They were a few plays away from losing to Carolina. Let's not forget that.
And they were a play away from losing to the Chicago Bears.
So they've been playing on thin ice for me. I laid the 2.5 early. I think minus 134 is a great number if you just want to take them straight up. But, Joe, am I crazy? I think this is blowout potential.
Yeah, I just think that this is the thing about the playoffs, is that it's just so close. And at any point that you're giving points, I get hesitant. And I do think the Seattle Seahawks, you think they're going to dominate. And I do think that they are outmatched from defense to offense. And then the offense is probably going to be propped a little more compared to the Rams defense. But I got to take the points with the Rams just in the spot, because I think it just goes, just like I said, if you were given a 0.5 point, the Seahawks, I think they win by a point. I know it sounds crazy, but if anything goes to show, look what happened when they played, right? We had kind of indicative of what could be. When the Rams played, when the Seahawks played the 49ers, they did the same thing they did last time. When Seattle played Rams last time, look what happened. It had to go into overtime as well, did it not? And they won by a field goal, right? It was a 30-30 game. It flew the over. I think the under in both of the games are going to be there with the elements, with the late games. It's a Western type of, vibe. The Super Bowl is going to be out West as well, so it makes things a little bit awkward there. So I just think it is going to be the offensive versus the defensive side for Seattle. And I think it does match up well. I think that Seattle's offense is going to be running the ball well too. And I think Sam Darnold's going to have a passing touchdown, maybe even 2. So I just think that it's going to be back and forth all game. I think the same thing for the AFC Championship. So I got to take the points. I think it's another field goal game. You could possibly even say the same for the opposite. I'm seeing field goal games here, and if you're giving me that, I got to take the points.
Do you worry about the defense and how it's been flying for Seattle?
They've been flying.
So do you think that's worrisome for Matthew Stafford, who, let's be honest, he's not 100% either?
No, but out of every quarterback here, he's got the most experience. And I guess you can lean on that a little bit. I'm leaning on Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford being here and have done that. And maybe the elements aren't too much for a dome team, the last dome team remaining. So maybe we'll give them a little bit.
Yeah, that's another point to me. Another dome team, 3rd straight road game, going outside, tough environment.
If they could do this, though, they can win the Super Bowl.
Gun to your head, who do you think wins this game?
I'm going to stay Seattle. I just have to
so
take
you would take
points.
them on the money line.
Yeah, it's just I can't lay minus 230. You know, so are they up to 3? Are they up to 3?
No, it's minus 2.5 at minus 104. So it's a good.
No, not the points. I'm just saying on the money line.
Minus 134.
They're only minus. The Seattle Seahawks are only minus 134.
Yep.
So money's coming on the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
they are the sharp side.
So I'm sticking with the sharps, as in both games, taking the points for both of them.
All right. You know what? This is going to be, and this is going to segue us into, real quick before the props, but it's a little teaser for me. Big Cooper, what's his name?
Cup?
Cooper Kupp game.
Really? Oh my God. Yo, imagine he scores, goes crazy on him.
On his old team.
It was it was always Cooper Kupp.
It was always Cooper Kupp, but yeah, Ken, we're on the opposite sides. I'm actually surprised you're going with the Rams. But we're both on Denver here, taking the points. Time for best bets. No teaser, only 2 games. So best bet, maybe if you like a dog, see what you like. But what's your best bet?
I think it's just you kind of laid it out. I'm rooting for Seattle. There's some skepticism there between the Rams and Seattle. I mean, Seattle could blow out any team right now at this moment in time, I think. So just taking the chance with the Rams, I got to have a best bet for the Broncos plus the points.
And dog?
Don't really have a dog, man, because I guess you could. I can't take either team, right, straight up. Yeah. So I don't really have a dog, but
you were confident with the Bears last week.
I certainly was. I had them in the spot here, and I just can't. I don't have a dog. I'm gonna just point it out there. I don't have a dog.
My best bet, I'm going to take Seattle here, minus 2.5. I would even alternate spread it. Like I said, I think it's
what do you think up to? 9.5, like I did the Hoosiers and it bit me in the ass?
No. No, I think I'm trying to see right now.
Yeah, because I had them straight up, but then they were just not paying out.
Yeah, let me see if I could.
Shout out to those Hoosiers, though.
Yeah, alternate spread. Minus 6.5 is plus 200. I don't mind that. I think they win by a touchdown. I don't believe in this Rams team. I really don't. So, yeah, minus 2.5 is going to be my best bet for Seattle. And for my dog, money line parlay, Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots plus 152.
Oh, so you're not taking the Broncos. So it's the same
I'm taking the points, but I'm trying to hedge.
Well, it's the same philosophy for me with the Rams. So you can't knock me too much.
Yeah, but 4.5 is much better than 2.5.
Than 2.5. Like I said, if I'm saying it's a field goal game, boom, half a hook.
Yeah, you do.
But like I said, I think both of these games this weekend on Sunday, 1-point games. Watch.
Who is a better chance to upset? The Broncos or the Rams?
What's crazy because going in, if you have Bo Nix, the Patriots are the underdogs heading into that matchup.
You think so?
Yes.
I agree. I think they're a favorite. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's why I'm sticking with them getting points now. And what was the question again? It's like, who do I favor has a better chance of beating up as an upset?
Yeah.
I guess now it's the Broncos. I think
actually.
Yeah, I think that their defense could take over a game. They may have a defensive score, maybe a prop to look out this weekend. It's not something that I have as my best prop, but I'm thinking now that's probably maybe something for both of those great defenses, the Broncos and the Seahawks.
And you mentioned, who has the experience with the quarterback, and that obviously is Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl champ. who has the advantage in coaching? Super Bowl champ Sean Payton.
There you go.
So, yeah, I agree. I think Denver's live.
Yeah, they can win. They can win.
Really do.
I respect the parlay to squeeze out of the Pats, which you can. But we all know Elvis is laying whatever they're doing.
Yeah, he's laying it. I don't know what he never sent me his plays, so we'll see. But
I'd say he'd lay the points.
No, he's definitely laying it.
And he's going to lay the points with you in Seattle.
We'll see. Let's go to our
theory philosophy of I.
Let's go to our prop week, and our prop segment is brought to you by Props.Cash, the best way to research your player props. Joey, Elvis, and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now. It's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now. Sign up with a monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 the first month. So sign up today. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Kid, you told me you had a lot of props, and I love it. I got some too. Let's rattle them off.
Yeah, I got a little 3 here, and maybe I might put him in a parlay, a little prop parlay for our friends over at Props.Cash. But A.J. Barner seemed to have been a reliable target for Sam Darnold throughout the year. I think he's averaged about 30 yards per game. His over-under for his receiving total is about 27, 28.5. So even if it's at 28.5, I like the over on it, minus 114. Like I said, you got to incorporate with these other bets. Kyron Williams has shown that he's a workhorse for them. And yeah, Blake Corum is just as capable. But though the injuries, I think at the end of the season may have worried us, he's proven that that's nothing to worry about. So I like Kyron Williams over 69.5 combined rushing and receiving yards. That's minus 112. You can see him working out of the backfield in either capacity. And then as we talked about it, everyone's denying the capability of a one Jarrett Stidham, but with familiarity at Sean Payton on the offensive side of the ball, I'm sure the screens totals will add up and all the safe throws will amount to him getting over his passing total, which is at 198.5 yards, minus 114. He's averaged, like I said, in the 4 starts, 270 yards per appearance. He's got a whole 100 yards of clearance there, cushion to work with, and I'm liking it. So plus 516 if you were to incorporate all those totals together.
I love it. I'm going to start with the first game in Denver taking on the Patriots, and we will start with Drake May interception at plus money. I mean, he has been I wish we could get a fumble because the fumbles, but he's thrown an interception in both games against the Chargers and against Houston. Another good defense. I think they're going to force him. He likes to throw the ball downfield. I think we're going to get there as well. So, yeah, Drake May, I like him. I think he's a good quarterback, but he does tend to put it in harm's way sometimes. So, yeah give me the interception for Drake May. I kind of like Travion Henderson in this game as well. I think he could get it off. I like his longest rush. What is it at? I just had
14.
No, his longest rush is, let me see. I'm sorry. I just had it. No, it's at 10.5.
I like that. That's fair. I was going to say anything, if it's like 14 and above, maybe not.
Yeah, I like that.
9.5, all he's got to do is get a first down one time.
Exactly. And I'm going to keep going back to the interceptions. Give me Matthew Stafford interception. I mean, last time against Seattle, threw one. So, I mean, he's thrown one in 4 of 7 matchups against Seattle. It's the best defense in the league, in my opinion. He's going to put it in harm's way. So I'm going to take Matthew Stafford anytime interception. You can get that at plus money as well.
Is there I saw you can have a touchdown combination kind of pick. Is there any such thing as a combination interception pick? Because I might be willing to take a pick from every quarterback.
I like that as well.
Yeah,
I like that. I'm going to do Jason Myers, kicker for the Seattle Seahawks, over 1.5 field goals. You get that at minus 150. It's a little chalky, but he's hit this in 9 of his last 10 games. I mean, even if they drive and they don't convert, he's easy from 40 to 50 yards. At home, Jason Myers is a fucking beast. So, give me over 1.5 field goals made.
Great pick. Easy money right there. Easy money.
Easy. Hey, kid. You are money and you don't even know.
You're so money and you don't even know it.
Okay. Well, we got UFC 324. We got AFC and NFC championship. It's a hell of a weekend here. Sit back Enjoy. Good luck on all your bets. And like I said, take care of yourself and each other. Peace.